obviously, Baylor is probably the best 2 years of my life. The amount of learning, we're not talking medical knowledge and meeting great people. It's just different experiences. Even when you move from the VA to the Methodist to St. Luke to Bentop, your people may see that as a struggle. Like, you know, why you keep changing EMRs, changing the location, changing the sites, working with different people. But you know, I look at it as being multilingual, and you cannot appreciate that enough till you get challenged. So, for example, and this is something I use to describe Baylor, that you're going to come, you're going to learn different systems, you're going to learn different EMRs, you're going to work in different hospitals. So when you finish, you're going to be fluent in multiple languages. So whatever gonna, you know, be next after graduation, you'll be standing. The Baylor prepared me very, 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 very well, and I don't look at any time in Baylor as a negative or as a hard time. What comes to mind is I enjoyed it. I wish to live it again. Maybe not as a fellow, but I am very thankful for this opportunity.
And I'm excited that we're going to have the Baylor Fellows here, which we started already, which is amazing. I think it adds a lot to the Baylor training and added, you know, the amazing training already, because I think coming in here I was well prepared. But having the Onco Nephrology component makes it even a better program, I think. So,
how'd you get interested in Onco Nephrology?
Well, it was interesting when I left. When I graduated from Baylor, I was shopping around for jobs. I wanted academic positions, and I did a little bit of hospitalist gig at Bentop, which I love because Bentop is a great experience. But when this came about, this was only in its infancy. This program only had one nephrologist, two, Lahori and Salahuddin back then, and they were trying to expand. And this came up, and I thought, oh, it's only going to be about chemotoxicity. That's all what it is. That's all what I'm going to see at MD Anderson. But I was pleasantly surprised for people to learn about it. So I think what I learned from Baylor, being analytical and evidence-based and trying to do what's right. I think that helped me a lot because I extended on my research as a result when I came here. So I've really learned a lot and wanted to research what the etiologies of acute kidney injury and stem cell transplant, BK. I still have my interest in kidney transplant that I carried from Baylor and all the experience I learned in Methodist and adjunct. I think when they're interviewing, which is going to be weird now because it's all, you know, I guess via, you know, Zoom, it's going to be hard for them. But I think asking about previous experiences from people like what you're doing, Rajiv, I think I commend you for doing this because it really, that's where they need to learn from the program, about the program. You know, ultimately, we try to decrease all these work hours. We try to make it easier. We try to make it cush. But honestly, what you really need to know, what am I learning at the end? It's only 2 years. You're going to go through it, whether you like it or not, call or not, hard or easy. But are you going to come out of this really being a strong nephrologist who's capable of anything?
Good morning. My name is Dr. Billy Gilbert II, and I am currently practicing in private practice nephrology in Houston. I graduated fellowship from Baylor College of Medicine in 2010. So for the past 10 years, I've been practicing with a group called Renal Specialists of Houston. It's a private practice group here in Houston. It's the largest private practice partnership of nephrologists. I have about 17, 18. I have very fond memories of my time spent at Baylor College of Medicine for a nephrology fellowship. And I've thought about this a lot, and I believe that Baylor College of Medicine Nephrology Fellowship is one of the best, one of the top nephrology fellowship programs in the country. And I think this is probably three main things I can think of. Number one, we had really great staff. We had Dr. William Mitch, who was the chief of nephrology at the time when I was there, and he was a past president of American Society of Nephrology. He was really big with renal nutrition and also protein. He was all around great nephrologist and spent a lot of time working with him. We also had Dr. Garbet Ignoyan, who was a prior president of the National Kidney Foundation. So we had two of the past presidents of two of the major organizations in nephrology for the country and for the world. You're going to see glomerulonephritis. You're going to see chronic kidney disease going out all the way to stage 5 without having likely prior evaluation. Those things are really great for learning. Also great to help to build up your compassion and your ability to deal with patients. A lot of the patients there were Spanish speaking only. Good opportunity to practice your Spanish as well, especially if you're going to be practicing in Texas or anywhere where there's a big Spanish speaking population. So the education from Bentab is phenomenal. Then you had a VA hospital, which is a different population. Our veterans deal with a lot of issues as far as malignancies, as well as COPD, congestive heart failure, a lot of things that tie in to nephrology care. And then St. Luke's, the private hospital in the medical center, provides a different type of experience. It is a tertiary referral institute, and it is the Heart Institute. It is a transplant center, one of the best transplant centers in the nation as well. My group works with the transplant center at St. Luke's, and that group helped to train me when I was coming up. So you'll learn all you need to know about kidney transplant, as well as there's a big heart transplant center at St. Luke's. And you also learn how to deal with different heart devices. If you didn't learn that in residency, like LVADs and other right ventricular devices and other things that'll be suiting you well as you go on with whatever you decide to do after fellowship.
Hi, my name is Zwecker, and I'm a 2016 graduate of the Baylor College of Medicine Nephrology program. I'm currently doing private practice in Los Angeles, but I did want to take a few minutes to share a few words about my experience at Baylor. I came to the nephrology program after doing residency at Baylor, so I did have some familiarity with the program. What I'm sure other people will discuss is the excellence in training, the diversity of both patients and hospitals, as well as attendings actually, in terms of their perspectives on medicine. And the excellent help that we received in getting jobs and fulfilling our career paths after we completed fellowship. What really stood out to me, though, more than anything was the camaraderie and the closeness with which the faculty and the fellows had during my time at Baylor. I still routinely text message with several of the faculty members as well as my co-fellows. I look back fondly at game nights at Dr. Raghavan's house, or several bowling trips, and the graduation ceremony, which is also very special and where you're able to roast very prominent attendings and they will laugh at you. I'm really look back fondly at my time at Baylor. I thought it was an amazing experience, and I encourage everyone who wants to join the program. I would love to go back there and relive my time there. When you join Baylor College of Medicine nephrology program, it really is not just a nephrology training program. It really is like a family.
Hi, my name is Dr. Cheryl Mitchell, and I'm a nephrologist. I come from Puerto Rico, where I did my internal medicine residency, and I always knew that I wanted to become a nephrologist. When I was in the path on looking into a nephrology program, I was looking into a program that can give me that knowledge, that background, and hands-on that you really need to have whenever you face the real world as a nephrologist. And that's how I found Baylor College of Medicine. I started my nephrology fellowship in 2016 and I graduated in 2018. One of the things that I like more about the nephrology program in Baylor was that we had the opportunity to go to different hospitals. And by that, we had the opportunity to see patients with different cultural background and Hispanic population. One of the hospitals that I enjoy most was Bentop Hospital, which is the county hospital in Houston, Texas, and which we can see most of the different diseases. I will say almost all the glomerulonephritis, I had the opportunity to see them. As nephrology fellows, we had the opportunity to do our own kidney biopsies. I did more than 10, and I enjoyed that a lot. Another hospital that I visited was Michael DeBakey Hospital, which is the VA hospital. In that hospital, they had a program in transplant, in kidney transplant, which we also take care of those patients, and I love, because I love really transplant nephrology. The third hospital that we used to visit as well was the St. Luke Hospital. That is a private hospital, but in that hospital they have a big program in cardiovascular diseases, in which we had the opportunity to take care of ECMO patients. And another hospital that I had the opportunity to visit was Texas Children's Hospital, in which we had the opportunity to deal with pregnant women and renal diseases in the pregnancy, which really you need to know, because in real life you're gonna deal with those cases as well. And the last hospital that we also visited was the Houston Methodist Hospital, in which I will say, the privilege to round with Dr. Horacio Adrogué. Yes, Horacio Adrogué, the creator of the hyponatremia formula. I truly enjoy my time rounding with Dr. Adrogué. He is extremely intelligent, and he has the ability to share that knowledge really good. And another thing is, or another aspect I will say, is the program director, Dr. Raghavan. In any nephrology fellowship, you need a strong program director, because he's the head of the program. And I need to say that he is very supportive. He is very knowledgeable as well. And he was there in my weakest times, in my more exciting times. He was always there, and supporting and giving that good words for you to continue. So I will definitely recommend Baylor College of Medicine as your nephrology program, because you are going to have all that you need to be a successful nephrologist. Nowadays, I'm living in San Antonio. I joined a nephrology group, and I'm also working in the Methodist Specialty and Transplant Hospital, evaluating patients for kidney transplant, and I'm extremely happy with my job. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.